Hey there team, so this is another Y2K battle, and we're actually back at Dale. I know it wasn't too long ago that I did a little fight on Dale, but that was more of a what was I thinking, whereas this is a standard battle. We've got a 3v2, so pretty small for Dale, and we'll see how the defenders sort of cope with that, and also the attackers as well. The attackers can't really strike from as many places and as great a force, but the defenders don't have as many avenues to defend. Y2K is on the attack here with Mordor. You can see these 2 Legion of Blackguard of Barad-dûr, some Orc fodder there, only 1 unit by the looks of things, and a lot of Moranon infantrymen, mixing it up with some Saurons as well. Now, I do also spot some Nazgûl there as well. They would be tough to spot, especially on the lower graphics that this battle would have been played on. Another unit of Orc fodder, which I'm happy to see. It's always nice when people bring 2 of them. We've got an Orc archer line. Mordor's not really a faction I play as too much, I'm afraid, but I know a fair bit about them. Orc archers there. I usually like to bring the Moranon archers, but when you want fodder archers, the Orc archers are really the best shout. Oleg high there. Then some more Orc Javies. Some Orc Javies. A nice long line of 2 Orc Javies there. And finally in the back here, this looks like 2 nice beefy units of the Moranon halberds. Pretty balanced. Pretty, I'm going to say basic force, but I think they should be able to do some good work. Their ally here is another evil faction of Rune by Sisio. He's got some Narim. It seems every time I go on to Dale recently, we've had Rune on the attack. We've got some Narim here, as I said, some Scion Rem there, Gamp Rem in the back, nice long line of Gamp Rem, solid. Then some Scion Rem there, some more Narim. He's gone for a pretty nice sort of symmetrical formation here. Some Dragon's Wrath crossbows mixed up with the Dragon's Breath cannon. 2 units of the strong crossbows and some Flag Rem there. Not very large. Oh, and also some Dragon Knights. Every Rune person that comes to Bloomingdale always brings cavalry. I just don't get it. But the Dragon Knights will, of course, be able to deal with any cav that come out to face them. You know, Warg Riders here from Reagan, who's playing as Angmar. So that's definitely a good shout, just taking something that can counter enemy calves. So maybe I'm a bit too 2 units of Warg Riders though. That's a fair bit of money that's poured into that. Blackwatch Legion in the back here, the finest pushing unit in the game, next to some Gundabad Guard. Never really take them myself. Some Blackguard of Witch Realm Blackguard there. Some Scourge Raiders, again with the armor upgrade, we commonly see this. And alongside them are some Trolls of Gundabad. Then also next to them we have, oh wait, that's more Trolls of Gundabad. I guess Reagan just likes Trolls of Gundabad. He's willing to pay a little bit more. Wait, what the heck? No, that's just 2 units of Trolls? Let's see when they get moving around. Yeah, but okay, cool. Interesting that he's gone for 2 Trolls of Gundabad instead of Troll of Gundabad and Troll of Angmar. Hopefully that won't hurt him too much. It'll be a big money sink. But a lot of these Scourge Raiders, solid choice as long as they stay out of archer fire. The armor upgrade will benefit them, of course, but still it's going to be tricky. Then the Guardians of Carndom without an armor upgrade along this line. Let me slow it down just a little bit because we have started. And then the Witch Realm Pikes. Very nice quality pikes for an evil faction, so nicely heavily armored too, so that's quite good. No shield for them. Orc Fellers have just popped up, that's good to see. Orc Fellers there, and then 2 units of Orc Fellers here. Now nice that we spotted them just before the battle, well, just before they got moving. And nope, nothing more popping up from Rune here. He's got the Dragon's Breath cannon. The Dragon's Breath cannon can take down the gate if it fires off a nice accurate shot, which it's good at. Now, being on the defense here and being outnumbered, well, only having 2, I'm a little more sympathetic to Angel of Death and Monkeytron here for not defending the outer walls. Usually I very much like the defenders to do that, but I accept it when they're outnumbered in such a way. Angel of Death here is taking Gondor. He's got some Gondor infantry without any armor upgrades. Interesting for a defender with their sort of a little bit more money. I'll just be calling out all the defenders as I see them. Some Marksmen of Caer Andros, more Marksmen, and some more Gondor infantry here. And then some Axemen there on the walls. Is that where the general is? Am I spotting him? No, it's not. Some Huriek and some Huri Oth on this gate. Some more Woodland Realm Axemen. More Hiriak, more Hiriolth, and the Trebuchet there. With their sort of, look like heavily armoured spearmen. As I say, they're not walking like spearmen though, they are walking. I think spearmen have a different walking animation, but that might be me just being insane. Veterans of Osgiliath, again with no armour upgrades. The Hiriolth there. Moving further up this ramp, we have some Hiri Peng. This looks like another unit of Hiri Peng. Poor dude's not managed to fit his way through the gate. The rest of his unit's probably on the other side. Oh no, dunno. He's just disjointed for some reason. Athelian Rangers here on this back wall. More, 2 units with it. That's fair. It's kind of surprising though with the Gondor having access to the Wardens of Minas Ithil that they've gone for that though. Some Hiri Lang here. Armor upgrades for these back troops. More Hiri Lang and more Hiri Lang. Again, all with armor upgrades. They will be tough to break through for sure. Some Raven Helms, Fountain Guard, more and more Raven Helms. Vanguard of King Elisar there. The Palace Guard with an armor upgrade again. And some Wardens off the White Tower here too. I think a lot of players have kind of fallen out of favour with the Wardens of the White Tower, which I think is quite surprising. Although I did too for a while, but they're growing on me again. Peligar Marines on this side, Fountain Guard there. Seeing some Woodland Realm Patrol there. Some more Hiri Peng who have opened fire already. This is quite a good position to fire on this approaching force. I've never really thought about putting troops here for this. All the way back here, I'm sure that these units will be moved on toward the front now that it's clear that nobody's attacking from the back. We've got some Gondor infantry. No armor upgrades again. Blades of Emendure and Woodland Realm Axemen. And that is everything, I think. No cavalry for the defenders today. Yeah, coming back up around this way, just have a quick check, but no, nothing. Interesting. Yeah, I'll move up to normal speed and we will see how this attack goes. The defenders not defending these outer walls means they can just climb up immediately. And it also means that these towers are not going to be scoring any free kills as they move up. I do think it's probably for the best that the defenders haven't done this. But the fact that the defenders do not have to defend the back gate, and now also they're not defending these outer walls, there's going to be a hell of a lot of troops in that central space. And the issue is, since the Dragon's Breath cannon can't bust down these walls, then the attackers are really going to be having some difficulty here, I think. Something I really wish Dale had was the ability to bring ladders so that you could climb up this secondary wall. You just, you of course can't climb up the secondary walls with siege towers, which makes it a lot more difficult. I didn't actually notice this. Angmar's not brought any siege equipment? That's impossible though. Where has he just left a ram behind somewhere? I don't see it. How was he able to start? How was he able to join? To start the game without a siege weapon? Am I being blind? Am I seeing a? Am I not spotting a ram? Yeah. I'm just going insane, I suppose. It will be right in front of me, and I'm just not spotting it. But hey, that's okay. I'll probably go scanning through another stage, but oh well, he's going to be coming around and having to come in the main gate alongside Rune, which, as I say, the defenders are not really holding the outer walls, so it's not a massive issue. It's just going to take a bit of time. The battle does have a lot of time here, 45,000 frames. Now, the issue here, Y2K's got to worry about, one of his towers is already on fire. Luckily, there was nobody inside it at the time. Jeebers. These, of course, luckily just falling animation, because that would have crushed a good sort of 20-30 men. The Blackguard definitely took some losses here, which is a shame, because you're not really wanting them on the fight, but you punt the numbers so that you can really push through things in the later stages, or even in the early stages, depending on how you want to play it. But coming in here, these Orc fodder can sort of tank these tower shots all day. They won't care. Tower damage there? Trying to maybe hit the Dragon's Breath cannon, but in all honesty, I don't know, they're going to have to get very lucky shot with that Dragon's Breath cannon. Maybe it was the Trebuchet that managed to bring down that tower. It's hard to say. Well, maybe I have to look at that. Yes, I don't know, I think... he's getting kind of What was that? No. I would be holding my fire for the time being. Yes, these are 2 units of trolls, are good and bad. Interesting. Maybe Reagan just didn't really spot the other unit of trolls. Might not be too well experienced with Angmar. 1% for 0, as I say. We wouldn't really be, because of the way that this is defended here, we wouldn't really be expecting many kills from anybody right now. It really is just making sure the attackers can efficiently get inside, find a nice snug position for their more important units, and yeah, really just prepare to bust through the second line. Y2K is of course very quick off the mark, so he can come in here immediately if he wants to, and it's important for him to kind of pace himself a bit. These men stepping on down, the Nazgul there too. They're not really going to be attracting any fire, I wouldn't expect. We have the Temple Executioners without an armor upgrade running in from behind them. If the Temple Executioners are fighting alongside the Nazgul, that's not a fun place to be fighting. Yeah, very few units are really built to withstand that. The Palace Guard perhaps have a chance, but yeah, still not very fun. Flagram entering. No, I know this is gonna be a bloodbath when this really kicks off. Hiri Peng marching up. There's a lot of infantry on these walls. There's Gondorian infantry here, which is kind of just unnecessary. I don't know if Angel knows that they can't really use any ladders or siege towers on this secondary wall, so he might just be having his men there up as a precaution. But in all honesty, they should maybe get down just to allow the archers more positions on these walls. A lot of fodder taking damage, but now that they're oh, that's a cool little arrow coming whizzing by me. Yeah, now that they're not really too necessary, he can just step them back. At the end of the day, these are free kills that these archer towers are scoring on these orcs. So even though it's just your orc fodder, you're not really worried about them dying. You don't want them to. Olokai running on in. It's a nice jam-packed position here, as everybody just hides behind. That tower is going to be scoring some shots, but very slow damage coming in. All these men are shielded, so they can generally shrug off quite a bit of arrow fire from those towers. They're not really very powerful. Dragon's Breath Cannon is leading the way. Oh, jeepers. That was a very close shot. If I was... sorry, how did I pronounce? I'm going to say Duka. I think I said Duka last time I was in a battle report. If I was Duka, I really wouldn't be too upset about losing that Dragon's Breath because of the amount of ammunition you've made them spend on it from your Dreb. Of course, you want to get a good shot, and there will be times that you can. But whenever it comes to Dale, the power of the Dragon's Breath is exceptional. But I really think you're better off bringing a catapult or a trebuchet. Perhaps the troll catapult, just so you can break down walls. That's the main goal of it. You know, you need to use... I view Dale as very similar. Yes, right. So you can see it just bounced off. Doesn't do anything to that wall. Yeah, I think it does do damage, but it's nothing. It's such a small amount of damage. So I think you're better off taking a catapult, because I view Dale as a much more vanilla settlement. Oh, man down. A much that bounces off the walls, comes down at the little village there, or a little part of the town. I view Dale as a much more conventional settlement, like in the generic vanilla. So you'd have to kind of attack it in the same way as you would a vanilla settlement. You need to bring a catapult to bring down secondary walls, not really to score those sort of mob shots like we do in a lot of Reforged battles. One of the Dragon's Breath cannons has been taken out, but Duka can now just maneuver this final one around a bit more easily. What was that shot? I didn't even really see where it went. Might have been held? No, it's hard to say. I can't see how damaged that wall is getting, which is interesting. I thought I would be able to, but no. As I say, it's got to use up just about all of its ammunition if it wants to bring down a wall. Angmar, when he comes in here, he's going to have to be quite careful about how he enters. He doesn't want to get trebucheted to hit to death. Oh dear! that Dragon's Breath cannon, the ruins of that one is just sucking up the ammunition from this, I believe. Something to watch out for. Is the Treb out of ammunition? Oh no, no, I think that was another rock I just saw come flying in. It's not taking out the Dragon's Breath cannon though. He's using standard rocks, which I don't really agree with. I think he should be using the fire ammunition, just to give him slightly more of an area of effect. You're not really rushed for time here, you can't really get fired upon. Actually, to be honest, that Dragon's Breath cannon might have a clear shot on this trebuchet. Might just be the battle of the artillery right now. Probably going to jump up to 2 speed. I won't go any faster than that though, but it's just, there's going to be a lot of manoeuvring around, and I suspect that's how a lot of these... Oh. The gate. The enemy defences fall. I don't know what has just been announced as is falling, but hey, something has. Another Treb shot going off. Did not hit by the looks of things. Yeah, I'd be wanting to save what's left of the ammo now. And for that Dragon's Breath too. Whoa! Okay, good. Yeah, you see, this is kind of what you're worried about. Okay, I'm going to slow down a bit because we do seem to have a bit of action starting up. You know, this would be kind of a use for it right now, just trying to slam in when people are coming through this gate, but you'll get better shots later. You really want to save that ammunition now. They've already spent a lot of it. Now, I don't think Y2K wants to be pressuring this position just yet. His allies are just not in a place where they can fight just yet. But if he can just hold here and just get some javelins in position, he's got a lot of orc fodder in the way. It would take a long time for all this to get minced through. The Orc Riders coming forward, Regan. Not against these Elven Spears. No, okay, good. They might have just been following some pathfinding, but they're coming on back now. It's always a bit scary when the enemy just sort of is leaving stakes around. I always forget where they are. Yeah, this is good. Monkeytron is coming forward. He's just going to be able to stab away at these orc fodder. You don't want to shoot at these orc fodder if you can avoid it. So the elves can just mow through these guys with taking very little damage. And that's really what you want to do. Just get them on back. Allow your towers to get a few shots into their backs as they move. A few of these wargs unfortunately got hit too. Jeepers. These guys took a bit of a beating from that tower. Must have been some people on the wall. This is too many people for a tower to kill. Far too many. We've got a bit of fire coming in from the Orc Archers. This is a good shot. I think at this point, Y2K is really just trying to make them fire back. That's all, really. But shots coming into the Hiri Peng is great. Monkeytron is responding, but he's responding to his infantry, which I really think is what he should do. These Orc Archers, though, are going to rack up a few kills. Not many, but they'll do something. Just coming straight on forward like that. Yeah, no, that's some good shooting there. Good shooting. Watch from Axemen. I'm worried they're maybe exposing themselves here to Archer fire. This is really where you want to switch your target to now. And those Axemen are really pushing a bit too far forward. You want to get, maybe not the Orc Fellers. To be honest, I'd be tempted to shove the Oleg High forward just for a quick, like, smash them to pieces. Your heavy armor will just shrug off any damage that they can do. I'm going to zoom over here right now because I don't think they're ready for the attack, but they're coming. Marksman of Kaer Andros here, opening fire on the main line. Oh, these Orc Fellers will drop like flies to that fire. Yeah, being Gondor, he definitely wants to mow through them as much as he can. We're at 6 for 1. It's getting a bit messy, but that is what you should expect really, from this sort of attack. It's kind of interesting that the Eastron crossbows have been pushing forward that ram. They were kind of by themselves for a little while, and they could have been nabbed by just a swift unit or maybe even some cav. As I say, I don't know if a rule... no, because they were defending that. I was going to say, I don't know if it was a rule that was decided we're not going to attack the rear gate, or if it was just something that was decided on later. I think I've got the announcer turned a little bit too low. I couldn't quite make out what he said there. Yes, there we go. That's, yeah. No, Y2K is doing what I think is best here. Because as I say, these Olokai will shrug off the hits from the Axemen. The Axemen are... They're good. They are really good. They will take damage here, but just not much. These marksmen, unfortunately, out of ammunition, but you can see their big two-handed swords. They're ready for a fight still. And the Axemen are just not going to be paying for themselves right now. Let me just shove that on offline. Yeah, so these, yeah, no, this is just not so cost effective. But the Gondorian infantry are waiting. I think that was a Pelasgi Marine force standing behind them. But even then, oh, Pelasgi Marines here, maybe out of ammunition coming forward. I disagree with this. But the Olokai have pulled on back. That's a dead. That's 2 dead Olokai. 3 dead Olokai. Jeebers, okay, maybe I'm up. Yeah, 4. Jeebers sake, okay, I'm vastly underestimating the Woodland Realm Axemen there. They've performed very well. Over here though, Trolls of Gundabad, not quite the same quality as the Olokai, but damn good, have come rushing forward, bashing through the Hiriek and the Gondor infantry, and the Hirioth are going to be struggling too. There's no AP here. Just high damage units, as the Hirioth are pretty high damage, I would say. But oh, the trebuchets, oh, I'd hold fire. I don't know. I just think the chance of he's not. Of course, he's going to go for the blob there. It's nice that I don't have to jump back and forth. All the action is generally happening in this area. Elven fire arrows. Whenever I see them, I do still get the fear that it's you know, they're still overpowered. But no, they're fine and dandy as per this recent version. So he's holding them back, allowing for these up and over shots. Now up and over shots, I always don't like them, but when you've got elven archers firing into a blob, up and over shots are going to do dandy. You're really not going to have as many misses as you would from even civilized men factions firing into this. Marksmen of Andros running up here. Maybe they do have ammo? They're kind of being treated like they still do. I've had a lot of troubles with these walls recently. I don't know if it's just an issue that I'm having, but just getting your men lined up properly. Like, I'm always a bit scraggled like this. Yeah, just in vanilla it always works fine, but maybe there's just something a bit weird. Oh yeah, 13 for 8 now. We are starting to kill through some of these defenders. These Pelasgi Marines are not enjoying the fight, and the Nazgul have been moved forward too. They will just be mincing through these guys without issue. All the while though, they're taking tower damage, which is important. These strong crossbows here, not getting a good shot. The Orc Fellers are in the way. Orc Fellers, their big heavy axes are just going to be tossed aside easily by the Hirioth. And now that these trolls have died, the trolls were kind of unsupported, I think. You know, when you've got 2 units of trolls, as he did, they can kind of back each other up. But it's always better to use them alongside your infantry. Hiri Peng coming forward, great swordsman. Not just fantastic archers. Woodland Realm Axemen running away, 12 of them. Hiri Lang there, standing ready. Oh damn. Their swords do look lovely, don't they? They will be a brutal force on the front line. We've got some Witch Realm Pikes. They need to straighten themselves out if they want to stand a chance here. And since it's such a muddled up little fight, it might be pretty dicey. But they're getting balanced, they're moving up, they're back to distinct possibility now though, but yeah. They're not dying as quickly as their predecessors though, dead though, so that's fair. I think that coming forward with pikes is a good idea. Scourge Raiders moving up now. A bit more skilled than some other orc units, but they will have a lot of difficulty here. The Nazgul, however, are not having very much difficulty at all. These Axemen, again, I've underestimated them once. They're probably actually doing a fair bit of damage to the Nazgul. But the mob of orcs behind them, these halberdiers, will just be doing a fair bit of damage. Not much shields, not many shields on that front line though. Oh, interesting shot from those crossbows. This is a good catch, Duca. Always got to be watchful. Don't just say that this is my entranceway. I'm not going to be viewing anything else. Always look for opportunities for your units. Oh, surely this is tempting for them. The Dragon's Breath crew is right there. I'm just trying to... no, it's perhaps not worth it, really. Even just activating this tower, you could start mincing through them. I'd be tempted to get just even an out-of-ammunition unit standing here. Say that small unit of 12 Axemen. If they've not been bugged out, they can run back and just be activating towers, not really throwing back in the fight, you know? These Scourge Raiders are faring quite well, and the Hiri Peng are having a lot of difficulty, which surprises me. This is really a fight I would still be giving to the Elves, but it seems the overwhelming numbers and relative quality of those Scourge Raiders, that looks like Ranger Fire though. Was it Ranger Fire? Yes, these Athelian Rangers from Angel have come forward. This is definitely a good target, I would say. Especially now that they're having some success on the front line. This success needs to be stopped quickly. Yes, Reagan's just wanting to get stuck in. He doesn't want to allow that good shot to be continuing. So he just wants to do as much damage to this elven front line as he can. More elves are going to have to be moved forward though. These Hiri Pengs still have ammo. What we got here? Looks like a push is being made, getting in the gateway. They'll be nice and safe from the archer towers. How are we doing? 18 for 19, yep, so good. The attackers really have been pulling this back quite quickly, actually. As Y2K was able to handle these forces quite well, and also the Scourge Raiders have done fantastic on this side. But you've got to keep in mind, a lot of this percentage, you know, the attackers have lost up just about all their trolls. A few of those Oleg High made our way, but they're going to be hurt. And there's no more Angmar trolls to speak of. So I think that this is, you know, might be pretty deceiving. I do like that Y2K has been using his Nazgul. I often see people just not touching the Nazgul until the closing stages. This Ranger Fire is just going to be ending this fight, I would say, for Reagan. Oh, there we go. Yep, fantastic. One shot, I'd hold fire now, because I think one shot's all he needed. That was an absolutely gorgeous shot, which the extreme accuracy of the trebuchet does allow you. So that will, Reagan knew that he wasn't going to last long there because of the amount of Ranger Fire that was coming into him, but I'm sure that that successful trebuchet shot will be quite heartbreaking, because he was doing so much damage to these Elves and Gondorians on the front line. He's got Orc Fellers coming in to take their place, but there's not really anything prepared and ready to go. It seems like Duca wants to keep most of his men in the back. Ah, that was only one unit of trolls there. He does still have the other unit of trolls of Gundabad, so I was misspeaking there. Poor Dragon Knights, I don't see them really having a good opportunity today. Orc Fellers running on out. They just came in as to reserve, but I don't know, hopefully they come back. Guardians of Karn Doom there. They're actually morale buffing. We kind of want to use the Guardians of Karn Doom alongside other units if we can. Oh, Monkeytron has gotten a little bit... he's lost control of his men just a little bit, and that is going to be punished. Each one of these elves counts. Oh, Dragon's Breath Cannon. I don't know, this is dangerous. You're exposing the Dragon's Breath Cannon here. I think that would definitely be worth a charge. Say from these 100 Gondorian infantry, if you could just wipe out that team there, which you could do quite quickly. There's nothing that could come in to reinforce it. Not quickly, anyway. Yeah, I'm surprised that the defenders aren't going for that, but perhaps their attention is distracted by this. Yeah, definitely. This would be holding my attention. The Oleg High, what's left of them, have moved up here, grabbed a few of these marksmen of Andros. A hell of a push from the Blackguard. They have just swept away this defence. And racked up a lot of kills doing it. I think this is definitely going to be... Oh, again, Monkeytron coming in with the up and over fire. You see, that's quite a long distance. And even the Supreme Elven accuracy is missing a few shots here. Yeah, that position is entirely broken. And I just don't think that there's enough here to stand the ground. You know, they need to get out, I think. They have a lot more troops, but they're all in reserve. So, no, this is a fallback position. Well, fallback time, I would be saying. I usually like to defend the outer wall. Well, I like to defend the outer defences for as long as I can, but it just seems the defenders kind of left more of a token force out here, and they want to make the main fight happen in this last wall. And hopefully they don't live to regret that. These Blackguard aren't like ammunition, you know, you don't just use them once. If they've survived, they can relax and they can get in a position where they can shove again. And they've come forward in such numbers, and well supported as Y2K has done there, that they've not actually taken many losses. So they can, as long as they don't die like flies here to these Hiri off, they can push again. If I was Y2K, I'd maybe want to get these Blackguard back out. Try and, you know, keep the keep the losses to your Mordor infantry, but I think the Mordor infantry are also gone right now. Yeah, there's some halberdiers there, but yeah. Yes, I was going to say Y2K has sort of been suffering a lot of casualties. He's gained a lot for it, but he maybe needs to slow down here. Keep his Blackguard alive, so that when the final push through that gateway is well, when it's time for that final push, he's ready. Sauron's Will coming forward. Gonna have a lot of trouble against the skilled Hyrioth here. They'll be better off against these Gondorian units. Ah, damn, a lot of friendly fire here from the Hiri Peng and the Marksman. Surprises me. You can kind of maybe get up on that wall, but no, I don't know. Hard to say. Just trying to think of a better position to fire from. Oh, how did that go? That, I'm afraid, is the final cannon burning down right now. 40% damage, coming up to 50. Yeah, dearie me. No, once something goes on fire, it's not going to put us. Actually, I don't know if that's a lie. It might be. I don't believe that something can put itself out once it has been lit on fire. So that's a shame, especially with 32 Dragon Breath crew left. But Duca has used up a lot of the trebuchet ammo on his Dragon's Breath cannon. Sucks that he wasn't able to really use it himself, but it served a purpose on the battlefield. It just didn't really serve the purpose that it was there for. A lot more fire coming into this Mordor front line. The boys need to get stuck in. I know they are, but I don't know. I would just love to see more runic forces kind of lining themselves up along these walls and in the town, because right now they're just all outside. Same with the Angmar men too, to be honest. But once they burst through this final area, well, once they break through there anyway, it's just one gateway anyway. So even if Y2K has been wiped out, they're not really worried about only being limited to one choke point, because that's kind of already happened. Warg Riders just trying to make use of themselves. A lot of money has been put on these wargs, and I understand why. Oh god. Aye, aye, aye. That was a good shot. I'm trying to look at friendly fire there. I don't think there was very much friendly fire at all. That was a damn good shot against these pikes. Again, Reagan's doing the right thing. He's just trying to get stuck in, trying to push through. Oh god. Again, ranger fire. Some good ranger fire from Angel of Death. And now we're down to the morale debuffing rotting meat. It can get some shots, well, it can get some kills if it gets a direct hit, but that's unlikely. Damn, these rangers have done quite well. And yeah, this position will just be hurting. Hyrioth here have kind of retaken control. A lot of those Blackguard have died. That's a shame. Bulldogs coming up. That might be where he's got his general. They weren't in with the Nazgûl. Not really spotting him. And the Temple Executioners cheering away there too. Orc Javelins. And Eastron Cross. Ah, that's a nice position for the Eastron Crossbows. Eastron Crossbow fire coming into Marksman at Andros really isn't a waste of ammo in my mind. That's a damn good shot. What you got to be careful is, because this morale debuff doesn't matter who it's hitting. It'll hurt your own men just the same as it will do the enemy. But I generally do think that attackers rely on the morale just a little bit more than defenders do. Angel of Death is having his infantry hit in the back here, but I don't know, they're about to be hit from the front anyway, so you should maybe turn them around, just see if they can get some kills against the flag rep. Hiri Lang coming up again. This is kind of surprising though. I just feel, you know, the time to reinforce this position was earlier. I think that reinforcing it in the way that they are now is working, of course, but and I also think, you know, you're running your men into this miasma of rotting meat, which is going to be hurting. Whereas, you know, you could just leave them out, just let the enemy run through it. Because I think it's permanent. Pretty sure it is permanent. These Athelian Rangers have just done incredibly well for themselves. Where you can try and get some use out of his Warg Riders. If they can just break their way on through, which they sort of have done there. Warg Riders can be kind of effective in a rear charge. Not really what you want to use, and they're just chasing the Hiri line. Just keep them there. That's good. Yeah, Monkeytron can't outrun Wargs. so he'll kill a lot of these wargs in melee, but he broke them. The rotting me must have been part of that. That will be painful. That was 60 armor upgraded Hiri Lang. Just getting cut to pieces now by these Warg Riders. But they're kind of making their way, actually. I don't think the Hiri Lang were their focus. They've only lost a few. I'm sure Monkey is there. Oh no, they're running right through. Shit. That could have been better. Oh, crap! They made it. Okay, cool. 32 still managing to make away. 30 even. Yeah. All right. No, Monkey will be. He should be counting his lucky stars right there. They're still trying to chase him down. I don't blame them. That'll be very frustrating for Reagan. Because no, those wargs, those wars really could have just paid for themselves there. He's sort of dead to an extent. I mean, they did rout them, but these Thillian Rangers, as armoured as they are, will not be able to match these Olokai. Well, sorry, armoured? Sorry, as skilled at defence as they are not able to really land any good strikes. And especially against, well, the heavily armoured Nazgul, who have not taken a single loss yet. They must be hurt, though. And that will be, that might be frightening later on. We might start seeing some Nazgul drop. Y2K, as I say, he's really been taking he's been taking quite a beating. And I don't think he's got too much left. It's kind of a satisfying feeling when you're on the attack, when you've used up your men and, you know, it's kind of, you've still got something left, but you know that you've done your job. And I think that that's definitely, well, that really should be what Y2K is feeling right now. Hiri Lang here, they're a bit shaken. They could maybe use a few more seconds just chilling out before they get launched into melee like that. These more Hiri Ping running. Jeepers, these poor Mirkwood boys, their morale is breaking left and right. Surprises me quite a bit, really. But no, they need to get back and they need to get that door closed. Angel of Death coming forward, just trying to save some lives. If these 6 men can hold back these Guardians. Oh, and they're backed up by some more too. Yeah, no, I see why he's done that. That was very kind though, I think, and to be honest, it was a good choice too. Now they need to get back and get this door closed, because right now it is hanging open. And I think the only way they can get that closed is if they back their men away from it. Yeah, no, it's not going to close when you've got a formation that tight against it. Now what I just fear is that there's a lot of Orc Javelins left, there's a lot of just crossbows that are going to be able to fire a clean shot. Even say, maybe, is that too far? Crossbow firing all the way from here into there. Veterans of Osgiliath here clashing with the Guardians of Karndun. Must be out of ammunition here. The veterans are pretty decent, but lacking AP, it's going to be quite difficult to break through the Guardians. And lacking armor themselves, they can of course receive 2 levels of armor upgrade, which really changes things. The pikemen, if even just a handful of pikemen and halberdiers, they will definitely finish off the men. Is that one? there's one remaining axeman charging him into the fight. Yeah, this has been a constant, really, sort of as soon as they broke through the gate, there's been a constant fight. There must be a relaxed period, though, because we've still got 20,000 frames. I think that door must close, and then we'll have a little while where they're fetching a ram. Although they're, yep, Duke is doing the right thing here. He's grabbing a ram just in case. We've seen this happen before, where the defenders have actually allowed the attackers to push through and then pulled away from the gate so that it closes behind them. And if you don't have a ram nearby, anybody that's just gotten inside is going to be cut to pieces. Oh, a few marksmen of Andros backing up this position, but no, the veterans really, they're just holding them back for now. These Hiri Lang coming in for round 3 now to engage these Guardians. Orc Javi's trying to find a shot, but receiving fire from the towers right now by the looks of things.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Announcers still pretty fond of the chance of the attackers. Only 4 Olokai, they'll be hurt bad. Flygrim pushing that on forward. We still got 12 of these trolls, yeah. We still have 12 of the trolls of Gundabad. But no, I fear that we don't have those Blackguard. Well, we've got the Witcher on Blackguard, but we don't have the Blackguard of Barad-dûr. And what we're coming up against here are the bloomin' Fountain Guard. That's tougher than just about anything that we've been facing on these frontline confrontations up to this point. Oh, he's done quite a long charge there, that Hurie Lang. Yeah, he's still going for it. He's not found his target just yet. He'll get there. Javelin fire finding a good mark. Our fellow is still running. Good shot into the side. As painful as this is, the defenders, at least I, would much prefer my Emendure, my sword, Blades of Emendure, to be taking this javelin fire than the Fountain Guard in behind. Goodness, he's still going for it. He is still going for it. He'll find his mark at some point. Okay, nope. There he goes. Yes, good man. Now he's totally surrounded. Poor dude. Hopefully, I don't know. He's got the skills definitely to rack up a few kills, but just being as surrounded as he is, I think he's getting taken out. Poor dude. Damn. But no, that was one of the longest charges I've ever seen. The trolls have been moved up. See, the thing is, trolls coming right in the face of those Fountain Guard are going to get picked apart. They will disrupt the formation, but the amount of damage that the Fountain Guard can do to them is going to be messy. What's coming in there? Ah, good. It's me-strong crossbow fire coming in from the side. Yeah, just get the... Oh, and some off these Oleg High have moved up too. You can see... Let me pause it there for a second. I just like, because you do think of the Trolls of Gundabad as being these exceptionally powerful units, but, you know, you kind of see them in comparison to the Oleg High, and you realise just the sheer power of the Oleg High, and their real size. They are certainly the kings of trolls. I do think you cannot go wrong with a little cave troll, to be honest. Blades of Emendure here, yeah, they've done a good job here, just taking up a bit of javelin fire, and they've racked up a few kills. How are those Guardians of Carndum? Those Guardians of Carndum did take a bit of a beating, though. Hopefully they won't have to use this ram, and in all honesty I don't think they will, but having it nearby is important. Just in case something does go terribly wrong. So this was a good move from Duca. Temple Executioners moving up into position. Now there is still that other unit of Athelian Rangers. Angel of Death, I've never seen him before, but he's doing everything right. You know, he's oh crap, are these guys out of ammo? Maybe they are. They're a very important tool for the ending stages of this fight. Because especially considering the defenders are actually down on percentages right now. These men are quivering in fear, clearly. Very shaky in their positions. As they're spotting the Trolls of Gundabad in the back. Or perhaps the Temple Executioners. But they are defend. I've never really seen units quiver like that. That's quite funny. Yeah. But they have the brave Fountain Guard standing in front of them, ready to back them up. So, and the Raven Helms to their sides. So I don't think there's too much to worry about. I think that the attackers are going to be suffering some tremendous losses here. Unless, wait, was there? Are there Witchers on the field? I don't know. I don't know if there are Witchers kicking about. We'll have to be on the lookout for them. Because I didn't spot them in the initial army rundown, but, you know, usually they try to hide them. And I usually miss them, to be honest. I think it's just because I don't take Witchers myself, so I don't really expect them a lot of times. Fountain Guard here having a bit of difficulty. As I say, this formation is being split apart by these trolls, but those trolls are going to be suffering for it. Hurie Lang here, despite their possible fears, are being launched in, and we're seeing some constant charges right into this troll here. Some Hurie Peng going to be running down through this gate. This is where we lovely just have an Axeman of Lasarna unit just coming in and just cleaving down those trolls. I'd be tempted to launch the Ensign actually, just to finish off those trolls right now. Because those Fountain Guard need to stop taking losses, they need to reform. Yeah, this is a good move from the Ents. The trolls are going to bad, starting to have a bit of difficulty now. They've been given the order to fall back, as you can see. And all the while, there's one... See, this tower isn't activated. No, it is. Yeah, this tower will be activated. This one should be. Those ants are close enough to activate it, I believe. So we've got 4 towers, all activated, just firing away. I'd try and maybe activate this one too, and that one if you could. It's all about, you know, towers by themselves. You know, one tower firing into your forces is not going to be killing very much, but if you can activate 5 towers and just having them constantly rattling away, getting, you know, they're pinpoint accurate kills. Pinpoint accurate, but they're pretty damn accurate. Again, Monkeytron is sort of charging out at the attackers, but I just disagree with this a lot. Especially when they've got the Nazgul. They're falling back now, but even that small action there, that's about 12 elves. No, not 12 elves dead. I would at least 8 of those heavily armed Hiri Lang just taken out for not really much gain. Gondor needs to reform those men. So he's fallen back. They might have seen something. They might have seen the Witchers. I don't see them. Perhaps they could point them out to me. But whatever they were hiding from, they were hiding from something, I think. That has caused them to fall back. But they need to close that gap up again. These Eastron crossbows would love to just rattle some shots into the front of the Fountain Guard, I'm sure. There's one Hiri Lang there, just split off from everybody. But if he stays in amongst the Eastron crossbows, he'll cut through them all day. Especially, you know, the Orc fodder might kill it, but we'll see. The chanting of the Temple Executioners still nice and healthy. It's going to be tough to get through that. Looks like it's very Gondor focused, this final defense. We've not seen the Greenwood Rangers from the defenders. They might be somewhere. And these Woodland Realm Patrol, they may not be rangers, but they can do a lot of damage. Ah, good. Thank goodness. Angels, Ithilien Rangers here still have their bows out. I genuinely do think that, you know, if they didn't have Rangers to rely on, then that would be it finished here. Fountain Guard having to move forward. They're taking axes to the face right now. Sorry about that. My TeamSpeak is just binging and bonging all the time right now. Good and bad guard there. Actually doing very well up against the Fountain Guard. The Fountain Guard are unable to form a line here. They're just getting pushed back by these shield walls. And God, that's going to be upsetting if these Fountain Guard cannot form up. They're by themselves here. The Fountain Guard are a very important tool to hold this line. Hiri Lang coming forward just to try and relieve them, but no, there's not enough of them to form a proper phalanx there. And that's going to have them just get cut to pieces. Attackers, attacking announcers, still very happy. We're at 56 for 70. Defenders have a long way to claw themselves back. I'm not saying that some good well-aimed Ithilien Ranger fire can't do that. But, you know, it's going to be tough. As well, as few trolls as there are on the field, those Ents are still just about fully healthy. Elven King's Palace Guard still standing. Anything in reserve back here? Some Axemen, they can be called up at the end. I think they're just worried that there's a hidden unit. That would be so sneaky. If Angmar, say, there's no ram though. Yeah, they would need to have a ram. There's gonna see some stalkers or something silly like that in the back there, just hiding. Would be very good for the ending game. Fountain Guard, again, I'm surprised that they're having so much trouble sort of forming up an effective line. They're backed up by the Hiri Lang. Hopefully they'll be given time to do that. The trolls being launched in, I don't know, I think maybe the Ents need to be thrown in here too. Just right now, they're just lives being wasted on this line. Where are those Ithilien Rangers going? They're trying to find a side shot, maybe? Because I don't really think that one exists, unfortunately. Saying that, like, let's have a look through the attackers. You know, got what the defenders have left is they've got a lot of elite units, and the attackers have been using their elite units, which I agree with. I think that's what you should do. But even though the attackers do have a lot of men left in these closing stages, that might not be enough. Those Blackwatch Legion are pretty damn good. And now that I'm spotting them, yeah, I'm not actually too as worried that the Blackguard of Barad-dûr have been lost. And then for a phalanx push, you can't really ask for much better than these swarms of Gamp Rim, backed up by a few Flag Rim. And then on all the way in the back, we've got the Scion Rim too. They need to be getting up for their morale buffing effects. And some Guardians of Khazad Dûm in the back too. Alright, okay. It's going to be a tough ask from the defenders, but I think they do still have the tools to do this. I know that they have properly formed up here, and the Fountain Guard are mincing through people with the backup of some Raven Helms. Now this is going to be bait for a lot of Javelin fire, but I think you've just got to take Javelin fire sometimes. You can't avoid it for the entire damn fight. But I just worry that these few trolls are just still racking up kill against these important men. Oh, there was an arrow coming in. No. Thing as well with this inner defense, these towers could be activated. It's nice to have just a handful of men that you can use to go and activate them. Gundabad Guard, they're actually having victory is certain? That's insane to me. I never used the Gundabad Guard, but once again, these sort of medium class spears have been doing very well. And medium class spears is just something I don't really get. You know, apart from when I'm... I don't know, I guess medium class spears are actually what I use a lot of the time on a field. Not really on a siege battle though. Just trying to have a quick push here, Reagan. Just kill off what's left of those Fountain Guard. Because after that it would just be the Raven Helms. And as I say, they're not really too worried if they lose this position. Because as soon as that position is lost, we're going to get Javelin volleys coming right in. By that position I mean these Gundabad Guard. Once they break, it will be over. Oh, some Flag Rim have managed to corner this poor Fountain Guard man, who's been jostled out of that formation. It's good, these Mordor infantry don't need to be put in, so they're just resting to get some energy back. Sauron's Will cannot be ignored in the later stages for sure, even in such a small unit. And the Mordor Halberdiers. Yeah, there's just a lot of phalanxes, and I just fear that once these Fountain Guard are dead, you know, those phalanxes might be able to just grind up against the defenders. Okay, so good, that was the last of the Gundabad Guard dealt with, but now the Javelins are going to be coming in. And it's important to keep those, as few Fountain Guard as there are left, to try and keep them alive is important. So they need to maybe stand out of the way. Oh, the Hiri Lang moving forward again to engage the Javelin throwers, but they've been pulled back. Oh damn, just got minced there. The Nazgul responding again. The Olokai? No, they were just thinking about coming in, cutting up some Hiri Lang, but they pulled back. Oh, one Fountain Guard left here. That's pretty cool. It'd be nice if you could rack up a kill, but one Halberdier by himself is going to be struggling. This unfortunately is not Mordhau, when you know, you can just sort of mince about with a halberd by yourself, but no, you really rely on a team. He's holding back the unit of Scourge Raiders though, but he's taking a lot more damage than he's dealing. And I think that was actually a shot from his tower. Good stuff here, Elan. Just killing off a few more of the strong crossbows. Whoa! Whoa, wait. You cheeky bugger. That is absolutely incredible. So he ran all the way around in order to deal that. Holy shit. That is really, really cool. That is going to be a massive change here. As these Mordor Halberdiers have just been ripped apart. And more fires coming in. They're doing a bit of a countercharge here. I don't know if I agree with this countercharge. This is not the time for it. But those Athelian Rangers need to be responded to. The Narim, get in there. Get stuck in. Some more Narim. You could easily beat them in melee. Yeah. Oh, that's a beautiful position. That was some good initiative from Angel of Death. Risky, for sure. That was very risky, but it worked out, obviously. I think the trolls are running off to deal with it. Let's just see how many... This is a lot of corpses there. And there's still more fire coming in into the left side of those Blackwatch, so their shields will be coming into effect. They're nice big shields, and they've got decent armor too, but still. When you can get a good arcing fire like that, it's important, but I just worry that he's kind of just pissing it away right now with these Ravenhelm actions. I know why he's doing that, but like, I just disagree with it, dude. Athelian Rangers marching, moving along. As I say, he's making them respond to this. Orc fellers running up, but oh, the Axemen from the back have come around too. Just get them ripped apart. The Nazgul are coming, but those, as I say, those Nazgul are hurt now. I think they'll still do this. They'll still beat this, especially with Wargs. Wargs just coming slamming in and out, but the Nazgul are going to break that charge. Firepower coming in here, ripping through this position too. The Blackguard here, yeah, the Blackguard will shut it down, but you know, already Angel of Death, I'm sure, is really quite happy with what he's accomplished here. See, I don't know if you can get a good arc. Even though they're just archers, I get that, but I'd be tempted to fire there. The Blackguard, yeah, the Blackguard are kind of cut through that. The Nazgul will handle themselves pretty comfortably here, but there's 13 Nazgul there. I'm interested to see how what they end up with at the end of this. I think they'll probably all be still standing, but again, that's another thing where they're going to be hurt really badly. Athelian Rangers just on guard mode, which is important. The Blackguard are going to be cutting through them bit by bit, but they're going to be racking up far more kills here than they would do damage in melee.
It is coming for us.
Again, they're lucky that their shields are going to be counting for something here. There's a push made on the front gate, or well, the only gate, to this section. Bulldogs moved in, or Bulldogs. Being met by the Hiri Lang. Jeepers, we're light on numbers here in the centre area. 67 for 82. Ah, damn. Maybe, hopefully that's the amount of ammunition. Hopefully they were able to rack up a lot of damage and get through all their ammo there. Woodland Realm patrol opening fire, just mincing through very accurately in sort of the backs of some of these men, I'm sure. The Ents just mopping up too. The Bulldogs are armor piercing, something to keep in mind, so they're actually a good unit to be facing off against the Ents, but being these sorts of numbers is not really something that you can fight Ents with, no matter your quality. I used to. There's a lot of my recordings and a lot of times where I've just said that the Blackwatch are armor piercing. They're not. I don't know. I always thought they used maces, which I actually think they might do, but they're not armor piercing. Athelian Rangers still just fighting away. Yeah, no, they're doing a good job. Literal Maxmen getting pushed through by the Blackwatch. This is a good thing to do when you're. Whoa! They just threw each other. Just all around there, that was crazy. The Nazgul getting thrown up, somebody's getting executed after this battle for, you know, touching that spirit in such a way. Athelian Rangers are running away, hopefully they're not going to take the most direct route back. I think they are though. Yeah, no, it's the only way the AI can really do it, so they'll be killed. If they came around all the way around, you know, that'd be lovely, but oh no. Amazing move there. Really, really incredible job. I'm quite chuffed with that. But no, we'll see how that continues. We'll see how that, you know, has affected the battle. A lot of these halberdiers, which I was thinking were going to really soften up the defenders, are no longer going to be able to do so, as we just have the elite of Gondor rushing forward. Halberds with their AP are going to be hurting the vanguard of King Elisar, who they are and that's where the general is too. Vanguard, as all as most sword masters, have a great defensive skill. But when facing off against, but in addition to that, they also have heavy Gondorian armor, so the AP is going to be helping them out. Now the defenders have been very attack oriented, which is cool to see. It's nice to, you know, if everybody defended a base in the same way every time, that would be very just boring. So it's nice that they've gone for this strategy. as we close into the last 10,000 frames. We're at 69 for 86. Oh look, hi, there are only 3 left, so they'll be hurt really badly. A few of these Vanguard just cutting them apart will end it. But skilled a unit as you are, when you're facing off against a phalanx, it's just tough to close, it's tough to get stuck in. And with the flag rim up their side here, just so much AP coming into these elite units, and that looks like crossbow fire. Yeah, it's always good to try and get these sorts of positions where you can just do like a slightly up and over crossbow shot. They're hard to achieve, but when you can do them, you do some good work. What's left in the back here? A lot of Mirkwood forces making up the final defence. Gondor is coming back. They've lost their general though. We've got the Ents standing by. Trebuchet team, of course. Very little has actually been bugged out. I've noticed that things don't seem to get bugged out as often as they used to. I don't know if that's something that we've done, but no, it's nice. One Fountain Guard man there, he just got shot. They'll do something in the later stages, I'm sure. The Vanguard of King Elsar seem to be staying outside mostly. No, most of them got in. That was good. Oh, I'm inclined to agree with the announcer there. Oh, no, that last man is running on back. Damn, he got slashed in the back. It's too bad. So what do we still have coming forward from the attackers? I think, to be honest, if the attackers really just went for it, got stuck in with all their Flag Rim and Gab Rim and the Blackwatch Legion too and the Blackguard, I think they could break it. You know, there wouldn't be, they would not be able to hold that back. He's got the General in with the Blackguard, which I do agree with. I think that's really where you should put him. You see a lot of guys, when they do bring Witchers, they sort of put their General in with the Witchers. And I've talked about that before, you know, as much sort of thematic sort of sense and sort of thematic like enjoyment that may give us, it's dangerous. It's really dangerous. So we've got the 2 Scion Rim at the back here. As always, this is why I usually like to say I like to have a Scion Rim or some sort of morale buffing unit next to the gate. Doesn't mean you're putting them in the fight right away, but that morale buff is important. Let's say all the while, still more tower fire coming in. We'll see this from, oh dear, there's a little gap in the defences right there. You know, what we often sort of see, we'll be able to see at the end of the battle, it should be Mirkwood? No, it'll be Gondor. Gondor's kills will have, in addition to that, the towers kills. So that's why you'll often see on maps with towers, one of the defenders will have a lot more kills than the others, and that's because he was the top, you know, he was the initial defender, and all of the towers were technically owned by him. So this, since Gondor here is the top defender, he has them. This is a defense that I think is going to be holding up very well to a melee attack. But I just fear that the attackers may still have just quite a bit of ranged power left. Perhaps not much though. They're definitely going to try and get their crossbows into action. Because if this was just a melee brawl, I think the skill of these elven units, backed up by the armor of the Gondorian elites in the back, will see them through. These men still have ammunition, that's good to see, as do the Hiri Peng. Hiri Peng in quite low numbers are not really going to be able to do that damage very quickly, but it's something. Good little charge here from the Hiri Lang, just catch these men. I say I very much agree with this sort of charge, where no matter what, they can't really jump into the fight so quickly. Like they were able to get in, get a slam in, and now they've only really lost 2 so far. Yeah. No, they've not lost too many. Oh, the Nazgul are quite far forward there, Y2K. It seems Y2K he's not really too bothered about waiting, and he's just going to get stuck in with his uber elites here. Which they're going to need. Those Nazgul are going to need something pretty damn good to face off against, even with the archer fire coming into them.
Victory will be ours.
Once again, announcers are pretty happy about their chances. I might go a bit faster here because I think what we're generally seeing here is just some crossbow fire in and out. Although, no. I don't think so. I think the Ravenhelms are going to be staying here for a minute. Ravenhelms are pretty decent counter. Well, as far as Gondor goes, are a pretty decent counter to these Flagrim. Flagrim, of course, with their AP, can bust through a lot of Gondor's sort of man-at-arms and such. Or, sorry, Gondor's men-at-arms, but the skill of the Ravenhelms will help them out in defence too. Oh, what killed that man? Oh, there's still a Nazgul hanging around in there. There's still a Nazgul here too. Let's see. I'd want to maybe get the Elven King Palace Guard just to come in and wipe out that Nazgul. How many are there left though? There's only 12. So Nazguls have been taking losses here. This Fountain Guard man, if he can start stabbing away, that'd be good. I think he's just in defense though. I don't think he's actually been ordered to attack. Wardens of the White Tower moving forward. We're at 70 for 88. But those wardens, as good as they are, there's a phalanx coming at them. It's not a pike line, but, you know. Oh no, what's this Nazgul gonna do? Fountain Guard has started fighting him. Where's the White Tower? Yeah, no, those Flagrim, as strong as their AP makes them, this isn't really a fight that they can win. Backed up by a nice mob of halberdiers though, that could change things. See, this is a bit weird. I would say because of the composition of the defenders, they kind of want this to be a bit more chaotic. They want the fight to happen here, you know, because I fear that the attackers in this very tight, narrow space, if they get their phalanxes lined up, it will be a grind, but it's a grind that they'll win. I don't know though. It's always very risky to allow the defenders in. Javelins preparing. Oh, they are... Nope, good, they're not out of ammo yet. Yeah, I'd feel a lot better if we saw a Greenwood Ranger pop up, but the longer this goes on, the less I see that happening. And as good as that sort of attack was, and as cool as it was, I'm really glad they did it. I think they would have probably gotten more damage done with an Athelian Ranger inside. But still, I'm glad that people do that sort of strategy. You see the real brute force of the Black Watch Legion just throwing these men around. And immediately sort of making them fear defeat. But they pushed in, they sort of spread themselves out. They've achieved a nice spread out area now. We're seeing Narem fire coming in, it's good. Yeah, just try and use up their ammo. Why not? But now that they've spread out in such a way they're not really able to back each other up, and the Hiri Lang, I think, will be cutting them apart. Now, where is this phalanx going to form up? You know, he's got all sides to worry about here. That's why I would have allowed them in, so that he can sort of be smashing people's sides. The Ents coming forward. Should do some good work. Some men fighting to the death there. It's not very many, but they might demoralise some people. That was a general. Oh god, was that a Mirkwood general that we saw go down? It didn't say anything, it just showed us. Yes. I think that could be very dicey. No, it definitely wasn't a Mirkwood general. It must have been a Mordor general. It's not really going to be too much of an issue. Mordor doesn't have, well, Y2K doesn't really have too much left on the field. The Ents are just going to be tearing things up here for a while. We've got another Warg Rider. We've got two Warg Riders just coming in. That does look nice. The tower just are burning there. As tightly as they're pressed up against this wall, they're not really going to be taking too much damage from those archers. The odd shot is hitting though. And up against lightly armoured elves, the Mirkwood, especially with the armour upgrade, there's something. But, you know, if it was Linden, that would be a different story. But every one of these overhead shots is going to be hard. Hiri Peng there out of ammunition, just engaging. We've got a push there. They're wanting to just get through now. There's just nothing else to really fill these gaps. Woodland Realm Patrol. Just need to get some shots maybe in the back of those Guardians. But I think if they can hit a shot, that's the most important thing right now. Just whatever you do, just hit it. Yeah, that's a good target actually, to be honest. Those Woodland Realm Patrol with your Narem is a good shout. How are those Ents doing? I think we're starting to see Ents dropping left and right. Not seeing a number. Oh, 11. No, they pulled out. They pulled out. Some Guardians chasing them down though. I wonder why the Ents were pulled out. Guess it was just a lot of AP on the field and they wanted to just save them for a bit. Palace Guard having a lot of difficulty there. It's really surprised. I know they're up against Blackguard, but Palace Guard are something else. They're AP, they're anti-cavalry, but you know they're just great. They don't suffer any sort of spear malice. Woodland Realm Patrol there, moving around to try and find a different shot. I don't really know, maybe there? Yeah, they're just trying to get out of the Narim's sight, I think. So that's fair. Ents coming forward once again, just to smash this position. I'd probably leave the Ents in here. I'd just be smashing this down for a while. Just trying to win this left flank. Because your right flank is a lot weaker. All it's going to take is sort of an elite unit coming in there. And that might break it. To be honest, camels? I was just thinking the camels Dragon Knights. Yeah, no, I think that would be too brutal. I was thinking maybe run them in and try and get them, or just push them through. The Woodland Realm Patrol, just not really sure what they're wanting right now. Say they just need to use up. I think they tried to get there and they just realised that they couldn't really crack a good shot. The Gamp Rim coming forward. If the Gamp Rim can form up, oh sorry, this is the flag. Oh, there's some Gamp Rim mixed in. If the Gamp Rim can form up and actually get some front lines formed, then that's great. But as I mentioned, this chaotic battlefield is really what the defenders want here, which is rare from the defender. Those Ents, if the Gamp Rim, oh these are silent actually. Yeah, no, those Ents are not going to be lasting too long. There's just so much AP around them. But any man that you can kill here. Runic morale is not amazing. So if they can just do some damage here and then maybe strike down the general at some stage. But saying that, I think the general's probably in the Dragon Knights. Where is he? Yeah, he's in the Dragon Knights. No, that ain't gonna happen. No, unless we have some sneaky, stealthed up huntsman hiding somewhere. But to be honest, the Dragon Knights would kill a unit huntsman. Oh yeah, I've unfortunately not been making any use of this. I should have. Yeah, you can sort of see just how flimsy the defender's line is, but that's not a bad thing. That's, as I say, that's what they want. They're not really wanting a front line, they're wanting to get mixed up. Here you're lying there, just fighting away as they can. These are the Woodland Realm Patrol. Alright. The Nazgul have managed to push through. The Nazgul must be hurt now though. If the Nazgul gets stuck in, I would say that this is surely a fight that the Woodland Realm Patrol should win. Maybe the Narim fire over top is going to make it messy, but I don't use Nazgul myself though, is the thing, so I'm not even too certain of their real potential. But I can see them dropping here, just because of how much they've been through. Still, nah. The Scion Rim, the Golden Swarm, as we can see, has really managed to gain some ground. Wow, that looks quite intimidating, doesn't it? I just saw recently in Return of the King, Return of the King, you can actually see the Easterlings in the Battle of Minas Tirith, only for a moment. But I just never really. I was always upset because you saw them. You saw them in the second movie, and they never appeared again. So I was really quite happy when I was sort of just rewatching things. It was like I caught sight of the helmet, and I thought, what is that? Paused it and checked out. Yeah, the Elven King's Palace Guard will be loving this, but we're getting breaks made now. This is the issue with a more chaotic defense like this. Oh, just somebody touch a Trebuchet man, so he can maybe turn around and kill off these Orc Javelins. There's one Blackguard here going 1v1 up against this Hiri Lang, using a lot of his elven kickflips and such. Oh, he's trying to push through. I see. So no, that Blackguard will just be taking a fair bit of damage. How's the battle against the Nazgul going here? Oh god, there's still 8 of them left. Ah, no, damn. This is not really going how I expected it. I really did think that those Nazgul would be done for. Yeah, this is a good move from Y2K. I say when you've got like not many units left, don't just think, you know, okay, I've only got like 5. I've only got like 3 units to micromanage. You know, like try to do everything you can with them. Try to make the absolute most of them. And these javelins, as I say, they zooped on through. He saw a gap. Since they were such a small unit, they don't need a big gap. Yeah, these Palace Guard are entirely surrounded now. Yes, the Hiri Lang doing their best. But no, just a swarm of flag ram there. Narim fire still coming up and over. Eastern crossbows just failing to really get a shot. When you've got this sort of situation, you can actually sort of come in and go through the door. But I don't think the attackers are really too worried about that right now. 8 Nazgul left still. That really shocks me. I was expecting some of them to drop from that Woodland Realm patrol. Trebuchet team just on their last legs now. And I think that is that really. I'll position myself sort of just here as these javelins sort of find a nice position. I'll sort of go and do a bit faster speed. Yeah, generally that was a cool battle. Y2K did say to me that he thinks one of the defenders desynced toward the end of the fight. So I don't really know. Like I think that if it did happen, it wasn't super noticeable. But perhaps that was, you know, some of those actions were a bit, you know, like yeah, that was clearly an AI, a dumb AI that was doing that. That was desync there. But it's hard to say. It was weird that this popped up before the frame. Oh wait, yeah, no, it always does that, I think. Oh, well. Cool. So I'll zoom through Y2K's stuff first. That's almost 1 off 500 kills. That's such a shame. Yeah, the Ulakai there doing a good job. The Ulakai died way faster than I thought. Those Axemen tore them apart. That was crazy. Yeah, but they did it. They did good. You know, it's always good to bring the Ulakai. Temple Executioners there. They had a lot. Well, I was going to say they had a lot of fight left in them, but no, they were taken down. But they were battering away against the Palace Guard, and they were like the first in the breach of the Nazgul, and then they showed up. So the Ents smashed them to pieces. I think was the large part of it. Bulldogs. I like the Bulldogs. They kind of get overshadowed by the more fancy sort of Black Numenorians or the Nazgul, but you know, the Bulldogs are nice. That's where I always put my generals when I play as Mordor. But no, I think their AP could have done some good work against the Ents, but they were just so badly damaged at that time that yeah, 2 of those Morinot infantry just there to take a beating, and they did that, and they were there right into the very end, really. So or quite close to the end. Halberdiers, we saw one of those Halberdiers got eviscerated by Ranger fire. So you know, that was probably that 13 there, but still pretty good. Those 2 Scion Rim, that surprises me a bit, but you got to keep in mind, generally Mordor was facing off against Mirkwood, and you know, this big Uruk with a massive axe coming slamming down on you. If you're a nice agile elf, you're gonna get out of the way. You know, it would be nice if those Sauron's well could have been cracking down on some Gondorian heads, but hey, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Blackguard of Barad-dûr, amazing push there. We unfortunately didn't get to see it, but we saw the end of it, and jeepers, he gained some serious ground. Although I really do like the Blackwatch push, I usually just prefer using the Blackguard because there's more of them. I feel they can generally cover a larger area as they push. Yes, it is not as destructive. Like when the Blackwatch Legion push, you see people getting yeeted left and right. You know, we're probably going to see Ents getting thrown around one day. But Blackguard of Barad-dûr, you know, you're pushing forward the battlefield. Whereas I feel with the Blackwatch, you're making a breach that you then need to fill. You know, so they're just kind of for different purposes. Then the Orc Javies, jeepers, one of those Orc Javies got focused down really hard, but the other the other one racked up some good kills. When you've got positive kills, when you're Mordor and you're fighting against elves and humans, getting positive kills on anything is pretty damn good. Orc archers there did their job. They just absorbed fire, which much better than they're shooting at the orc archers rather than anything else. And the orc fodder, nice, 7 kills, nice, 7 and 6. So they did their purpose. It was quite impressive from them. What's that? Location? Oh yeah, blah 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 blah. All in all, pretty good. Not a lot of friendly fire. Only 3, 4 friendly fire. This number in the brackets, if you don't know, is how much friendly fire units suffered. It's quite important to know that for times. We've got Duke. Oh, again, 1 off 1,200. That's crazy. Duca here. Didn't rack up so many kills, but you'll keep in mind like the amount of men he had remaining. Like he was the final push, and also he was facing off against some incredible quality units at the end there, so that's nothing too bad. I would have said there were definitely times where I think he was being a little bit too passive, and maybe should have gotten stuck in a bit earlier, especially because of how brutal Y2K's assault was. But no, it generally went alright. It went good, as you can see. Good crossbow play, for sure. Surprised there's no tribesmen. No Baltroth tribesmen today. But no, the crossbows served their purpose anyway. Dragon Knights are a pretty solid share. I would have probably gone for some of the Eastron Guard, though. Or Clan Guard. I can't. What's the mounted one? Whatever that is, I would probably just grab one of those instead of the Dragon Knights myself, though. Especially considering Reagan brought 2 wargs. You know, that's always something. I think if you're going to bring 2 wargs, say it in team chat. And like, if you're going to bring 2 wargs, somebody else just says no. Like, I'm not taking any cav then, thanks. Because it's a big investment. Let's say Reagan, even though he had brought 2 wargs, you know, he handled himself very well. Where was that damn artillery? Like that siege gear. I'm gonna go rewatch it and I'll find it. I won't include that in this video, but I'll hopefully write a comment as to where the hell that was. But because I'm just not sure how we actually managed to start this battle. No attack from the north, which is fair. Like when you've got a 3v2, I think it's better to have all the fighting happen in one area rather than, you know, spread it out across the battlefield where everybody's kind of just having their own little fights. It's a bit boring that way, you know. So no, I think Reagan not taking the Witchers, solid. Mana for my own heart. Taking 2 Trolls of Gundabad, I think that was maybe a misclick. Worked out okay though. Hey, and the Black Watch were used at the right time. They were used pretty well, and all in all, yeah. Angel of Death, absolutely gorgeous move. Really chuffed me a bit. Does Angel of Death go by a different name, or have I just never seen him before? I don't know. I'll maybe have to look that up on the Discord. But because he was definitely playing very correctly. You know, there was when I saw him, I thought he was a new guy. So no, that was good. Really cool move by the Athelian Rangers, but maybe not super effective because it did rack up a lot of kills. But I think you could have racked up a few more kills, you know, by shooting through a gateway. Trebuchet was used interesting. Nah, I think too much ammunition was wasted in the beginning trying to nail that cannon, which I just don't see the cannon being super useful on Dale. Never see it get used too much properly on Dale, even though everybody always brings it to Dale. Monkeytron there, yeah, doing damn good. I think it would have been nice to have taken the Greenwood Rangers. I think you should always try and grab Greenwood Rangers, but you know, did all right. As I say, I think maybe a bit too aggressive with some of his units, but overall, you know, did pretty well. Especially the end there, how to face off against that swarm is not easy. My only issues are army composition. I would say Eldar Council and probably less armor upgrades for myself, but that's I don't do armor upgrades for Mirkwood, and the Greenwood Rangers. What you ditch for that, I'm not sure. yeah. To be honest, I don't know what you would ditch if you're getting that though. So it's fair. All in all, though, I feel there's more that I wanted to talk about this one, but I don't want to drag this on too long. Gonna try and do some Silmarillion Total War soon. I got it downloaded, got it installed, it's all working fine. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, thanks, team.